You would think that when a company collects 100,000 leads in a single week using referral marketing, in other words, free traffic, that they would be at the top of my list of like most successful referral campaigns, right? No, not really. But I am going to share exactly what they've done to collect 100,000 leads. But before, I'm actually going to dive into some even more successful, bigger referral campaigns that if you're a business owner, you should just know about. Because like, not just inspiring, but we can learn so much how to use our audience, how to leverage and incentivize people to invite their friends into your business. This is one of the most underutilized ways of growing your business, which is why it's so important. And the most famous, well-known example is obviously Dropbox, right? Like Dropbox is this online cloud-based platform where you can just store your files, just like these days we have Google Drive, we have all these different options. Back in the day, there weren't all that many, and they had a really hard time growing. They were at 100,000 customers at some point, and like they were literally trying everything. Like they actually running ads, and if I did my research right, they were spending on average between $233 and $338 per user to sign up, which for them was way too expensive because most users were actually free and then only a percentage would actually upgrade. So there was no way they'd be profitable using paid ads. So they had to come up with a solution, and what they did was genius. Right now, everyone thinks and knows like, hey, this is obvious, right? But back in the day, that wasn't happening a lot. And they actually got their idea from PayPal, because PayPal had this referral campaign at that point where you can invite your friends and you would get money for that in return. So they're like, how do we do that as well? And what they did was genius, because they didn't just say like, hey, sign up to Dropbox, you know, you can store your file and then just share it with your friends, and if you share that, you will get something. You will get, in their case, extra storage on their account. What they did was actually genius, because they gave everyone their own unique invite link, their own unique tracking link. So it wasn't about sharing that with others, it was actually making sure that your friends would actually sign up to Dropbox. I personally remember back in the day, I was very much into photography, right? And my friends obviously knew that. So a friend of mine hit me up, sent me his link to Dropbox, right? And now I connect the dots looking backwards, but he literally told me like, hey, you need to sign up here because then you can actually back up all your photos online. I'm like, oh, that's great. But what actually happened without me realizing it at the time, he was actually pre-selling Dropbox. He wanted me to sign up. Reason being is because he had his own unique invite link, and if I were to sign up using his link, he would get something of value, and in this case, extra storage in his account. And this classic example just blew up because, again, they started at 100,000 users. This was like mid-2018, and then by the end of 2010, 4 million users, largely because of the referral program, largely because of people inviting their friends into Dropbox. I mean, if you know Dropbox and if you've been around for a while, right? Like if you just think back, how do you know about Dropbox? And my guess for 99% of you is like, I heard it from a friend. And that's because the referral program was just a phenomenal success. And this is actually what inspired me to build my company, Unveil, where we help businesses all around the world to implement this into their marketing. Whether you're a large or small business, doesn't matter. You can actually incentivize your audience with just a few clicks to get them to promote your website to all their friends. It's really, really cool. And of course, if you just want to learn about how to actually do that properly, I've done quite a few different videos where I actually go in depth into referral marketing, how to best use this for your marketing. It's all free. It's available here on YouTube. So I'll put some links down into the show notes as well. And a second classic that personally I have to mention is Airbnb. And the reason why I have to mention it, because personally I love to travel. Me, my wife, and even my kids, we travel a lot. Like even recently when our youngest was only 3 months old, we traveled throughout Indonesia and we used Airbnb as well. And that's why I also wanted to mention Airbnb, because they had the classical issue of being a marketplace. And when you start a marketplace, which you need supply and demand, you need to actually have both at the same time. If you have a lot of supply but there's no demand, you cannot actually get the supply up, right? They needed to get all these houses to be listed, but at the same time they needed to have enough guests. So you need to actually work on supply and demand simultaneously. So how do you do that? Well, you guessed it, again, referrals, right? Back in 2009, they only had 21,000 guest arrivals thanks to their platform. And that's when they started their referral program. And just like where Dropbox actually gave something of their service, like Dropbox gave extra storage on their account, they did the same thing, right? They gave vouchers, essentially travel credit on their platform. So anyone with an Airbnb account could get their own unique invite link, just like what Dropbox did, your own unique invite link, right? That you can share with your friends. But at that point, it wasn't even enough to just sign up for Airbnb, because that was not truly what they wanted. What they truly wanted, what their objective was, is to actually get people traveling using Airbnb. So what they actually incentivize is like, hey, if your friends actually makes a booking, only then you will get a reward. And again, what did they give? They gave value on the platform. They didn't just give away money because everyone wants money. That's useless, right? You want to give away something that is actually meaningful and actually is in line of consuming the product. Just like Dropbox, they gave away storage inside their account, right? What Airbnb gave away is travel credits. So like you can actually get some credits that you can then spend again on the platform. It's not real money, right? And the second thing thing they did really well is because they're a marketplace and they needed to, get supply and demand up simultaneously, as I mentioned. They gave away $25 in travel credit if you refer a friend that actually makes a booking, right? But also $75 if you actually get someone on that would list their house on Airbnb. And that way people were promoting it two ways. Like, hey, you can travel using Airbnb or you can actually get your house listed on Airbnb as well. And then the third example of a referral campaign that worked really well is the one that I actually briefly mentioned before, 100,000 leads in a single week. The next one, by the way, 1.5 million leads, so keep watching. But 100,000 leads in a single week was done by Harry's Razors. This was actually before they went to launch. This is actually a pre-launch campaign, which is something that you can do using a viral as well. So this actually happened in the period before they actually launched their business, they actually launched their website. Like where Dropbox and Airbnb actually had an ongoing referral program while their business was already running. What Harry's did was like they created a pre-launch campaign right before the launch of their actual business to raise awareness, to build up their email list, and therefore to then grow their business because of that email list. And what they did is what the viral referred to as a milestone referral campaign. And this means that everyone has, again, their unique invite link. You can get your friends to sign up as well. In this case, with just entering your email address. So it's like very easy to do, right? And if you get, for example, 3 people to sign up, you will get something, but that's not all it, because then if you get, for example, 5 people to refer, 10 people, etc. So there's different milestones. Practically speaking, what they did is that the very first reward, if you refer 5 friends, you got free shaving cream. And from there, it just kept on going up, like a free razor at 10 friends, a free premium razor at 25 friends. If you refer 50 friends, even free shaving for a year. And this also explains why it blew up, why they even were able to get 100,000 leads within a single week, of which 77% of people were actually referred. The reason why that was because they really had a no-brainer incentive. Like anyone wanted to get free shaving cream, but like it's actually a physical product that you would get if you did it, because they were able to over-deliver so much. It was such a in-demand thing that people wanted to have. People were happy to like refer a couple friends. That's why it really blew up. And usually you'll see that happening, like a really big value that people would get, perceived value. They're going through so much more effort to actually invite their friends, and therefore the viral coefficient is higher. Again, I've explained that in the past on my YouTube channel as well. And as a result of that, it blows up and you get to the results much faster than compared to like having that over a longer period of time. That's why they're able to get it in a single week time. And then when we're talking about referral marketing classics, one that has to be on the list is Morning Brew. Like this is an email newsletter that, in case you're not familiar, highly recommend it. Sign up, Google it, and obviously when you do, refer your friends into it. That's how they went big as well. Because back in 2017, they only had 100,000 subscribers, at which point they started to include their referral program, right? So they gave all of the subscribers their own unique invite link, and then they added, just like with Harry's, a milestone campaign. So there are multiple things to unlock depending on how many people you actually invited onto their list. And partially as a result of that, 1.5 years later, they had 1.5 million leads on their email list. So they went from 100,000 to 1.5 million within a year and a half or so. And obviously not everyone came from referrals, but around 30% of that came directly from referrals. And a couple of things that I want to highlight from them as well. First of all, again, just like with all the others, have a unique invite link, just like we do with viral as well. Secondly, they actually used double opt-in because, again, it was very easy to refer someone. All you need to do is enter your email address, right? So they forced people to have double opt-in so that they're actually actual email addresses. Again, you can do that using a viral as well. Thirdly, in their milestone campaign, something that I recommend most businesses to do as well, their very first milestone was actually a digital reward. They had like a premium newsletter that you would get into as well, which means that there's no hard cost. Unlike with Harry's, there's actually a hard cost involved, and they were able to do that because they had money in the bank and they did it for a short period of time. But what I recommend most campaigns, most businesses to do is to have, especially for the lower, like the easier to reach things that you can unlock. Like for example, if you invite 3 friends, have something that you can give away as a digital access, digital download, digital something where there's no hard cost, just like what they did, because this way they were able to incentivize people without actually having to pay money for the actual incentive, right? It was just extra content that they were generating for those who invited their friends. And obviously when you refer more people, that's when you can allow to spend some money, because those are the true fans that you want to bond with anyway. And the final thing that they did really well as well is they didn't just have it like some kind of referral hub where people can just copy their link and share, but every single time when they send out an email, right, at somewhere at the bottom of the email, they actually had unique invite link and just a simple section where like share on Facebook, share on Twitter, wherever you wanted to share, right? Even if they wouldn't share it today, at some point they were like reading the email, they were getting value from it. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually won this next reward. Let me share this with my friends and get them on it as well. And that's one of the things, that's actually why we implement this into a viral as well, because we saw what Morning Brew was doing. It's like how more people should do this, and every single customer of ours that has embedded that into the newsletter has been seeing significantly uplift in the amount of subscribers as well. So there you have it, the 4 classical examples of referral marketing campaigns that you, if you're considering referral marketing, you should definitely check out or learn about, or well, now you have actually, which are Dropbox, Airbnb, Harry's, and Morning Brew as well. And obviously, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to click like, hit subscribe. And if you want to know more about how to actually use this to grow and fuel your business, then check out more videos on my channel, because it actually went quite in depth. As a matter of fact, my business actually helped collect over 65 million leads using this strategy for our clients. So along the way, we learned a couple tricks that you can definitely apply into your business as well. So with that, I'll see you in the next video. Check them out in the show notes and talk soon. All right, cut. We're done here. Let's wrap it up. Oh, well, sorry, you're still there. Well, in that case, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to my channel where I share marketing tips, tricks, and strategies that will help you grow your business faster. So you can click on the subscribe button right now or check out the next video. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.